Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, we're going to be going through my biggest issues in the game currently, and I want to use this video to get feedback from you guys on things you would like changed, fixed, or added to the game. Leave comments in the description of, just genuine feedback. Obviously, don't be toxic and stuff like that, but just some feedback on what you would like to see in the game, and I will do my best to relay that on. But I want to go through some of the things that I am flagging at the moment that I would like to see some adjustment on, and I want to see if you guys agree with me, disagree with me, any of that stuff. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is hero essence, and this is an interesting one because I see a lot of people complaining about hero essence. However, I don't have a complaint about it, and I want to explain my reasoning, and you guys, once again, let me know if you disagree with me. This is just my thoughts. So a lot of people, especially after you unlock the Primal Lord, which this account hasn't yet, but once you unlock the Primal Lord, you will be swimming in experience, and then hero essence becomes the one thing you need to continue to level your characters. Now, I see a lot of people saying we need better income sources for the hero essence and stuff like that. The problem is, if you get more income of hero essence, then you will just level your characters faster, you'll clear everything in the game faster, and then you'll be like, I need more content because there's no more content. And it's like that endless loop. So hero essence is essentially that sort of limiting progression factor that allows you to keep progressing in the game as you come back instead of clearing everything and having nothing to do. It just slows your entrance into the end game. And it's something that I have become so used to in idle games, and maybe it's because I'm so used to it that I don't see it as an issue. But the thing with me is I see if we get a ton more of it, then you just look at whales who've completed everything and now they're just sitting at the end game waiting. I feel like it just puts everyone at that stage, and yes, it would help free to play if we had more income sources catch up to whales, but then that also means why would you pay if everyone else was catching up to you anyway? And it makes this whole weird system. So honestly, I get why this is an issue to a lot of people because they hate wanting to level their characters, but then not having enough hero essence to do so. But if you had enough hero essence, then there would be something else that would block your progression, and then that would be your new complaint. So with progressing in an idle game, I think there's always something that has to block your progression, no matter what it is. And eventually that is going to be what a lot of people will see as the complaint, because that's what's blocking them. But at the end of the day, idle games are that slow progression, come back, you're supposed to get some idle rewards and go. Obviously, you want to push as best you can, but at the end of the day, there's no one that is going to infinitely play an idle game unless you're in like the first 2 days of a brand new account that you're spending on, because I just learned that. It's ridiculous. But there's always going to be a roadblock in these style of games, and that's just the way it has been forever, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think. If you have a really interesting solution to solve the issue of the hero essence, please let me know. I'm quite open to being wrong on that take. So my first issue in the game, now that we've gotten through that one, is this. This I want removed straight away. Only my mum should be the one who says, stop playing games, not the game itself. This triggers me. I don't like systems like this where you can't even try to play the game because it's like, no, you suck too bad. You lost too many times. Come back later. I don't like it. I get where maybe they're trying to stop people like cheesing things and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, it's an idle game. Let people just, like, if people want to push hard stages and rely on that like 0.1% chance that the RNG on the fight works for them to clear it, if they're going to sweat that hard and want to play the game that hard, I mean, let them do it. Yes, people may do like auto clickers or something like that, which once again, I don't recommend doing because you never know if a game will ban you for that. But my next thing will solve that issue as well. But I just think you should let people play. I don't like the 40-minute to an hour rest period once you fail so many times. It just annoys me, essentially, because I want to keep playing, but then it tells me I can't play. Lucky this one's only got a minute left. So that is something I would love to see removed from the game. I don't think it affects anyone negatively unless you're neglecting actual life to do this. And I don't think everyone gets to this stage either, but that's something I personally would like to see removed. Now, the next thing I would like to see added is an adjustment to the auto battle system. Now, in AFK Arena, for those that have played, In the late game, you unlock this auto battle system, but what it does is if you fail a stage, it will retry it again. And currently, in the current state of the game, I believe they don't do that purely because if you fail X amount of times, you get locked out for 40 minutes. So it doesn't want to be auto battling, clearing stages, and then go into a stage that you lose with a horrible formation because that's what it's auto placed into. And then it like instantly uses up and then puts you on a 40-minute cooldown. I think if you remove the cooldown from failing so many times, and then you can add auto battle to be able to repeat a stage, because you guys know what it's like. You'll get to a stage where you're like, okay, if this RNG works for me, I know I can clear this stage. And that's basically what's been happening to me on this stage here. And I just kept retrying and then I got all the fails. But like, I just want to keep retrying. And if you can do it on auto, that's even better. Like I said, the system exists in AFK Arena. I think it would be a fantastic system to add to this game as well. So removing that cooldown timer and adding auto repeat a stage if you fail it, I think would be fantastic. And I would love to see that in the game. Now, the next one, and this is probably one of the biggest ones for me, would be cross-server guilds. AFK Arena has it, and friends. We'll chuck guilds and friends into it. So AFK Arena has cross-server guilds. And so it was a shock to me when I realized that they didn't have cross-server guilds in this one. Now, I do think they are in a bit of a predicament in that they launched the game with non-cross-server guilds. So if you instantly go and make all guilds cross-server now, then people who've been rank 1 and proud of it on their server will then get annoyed that they're now rank 400. So I think it's a very hard thing to adjust now. The one solution, because I don't like just coming up with saying, fix this, but I don't have a solution on how you should fix it. My one idea for a solution on this would be that you can only, like, guilds become cross-server, but you can only join a guild that was created on your server or an older server than yours. I think that way it would allow new players to join their friends' guilds who are already playing the game, and it allows that to happen without allowing people to make a alt account on a new server and then drag their whole server 1 guild to server 400 and dominate server 400. So basically what I'm saying is if you create a character on server 400, you can join a guild anywhere on server 400, and anywhere, any server from 1 to 400, you can join a guild on. But if you create an account on server 350, you can only join a guild on servers 1 through 350, not 351 through 400 and beyond. That would be my fix to it, to allow new players coming into the game to play with their friends, but not destroy people's morale because they were rank 1 moving to rank 400, and also not make it abusable where new servers are just always dominated by whale guilds of players from an earlier server. I feel like that would be the best fix for them currently, but I would definitely love to see it, because if we look at the game now, it's already up to I think it's over 400 servers already. And it's impossible to just for someone to come in and go, oh, someone says, oh, I'm playing this game, join, then they join, they play, and they start playing through, and then they realize they're on a different server, and then you kind of boned. So I would love to see that kind of compatibility, even if it is limited in that way that I said, so that it's not abused and it doesn't destroy people's ratings where they are already. I think that would be a decent implementation of it. Now, the next one I want to mention is one that only affects people in the early game, not so much in the late game. But I would love to see a function in the gearing system, or a setting, just a setting where it's like auto-equip best gear. In the early game, there's nothing more tedious than having to come in and click each piece of gear and go auto-equip, and then go to the next one, auto-equip, auto-equip. Now, I know where most people are now, it's not that much of an issue, but in the early game, it's just one of those tedious things. And I feel like all those little things in an experience that frustrate you can lead you towards quitting a game. And this is just one that really annoys me in the early game, because I've played so many accounts through the early game, throughout PTR and now global. I just think just a setting to say auto-equip the best gear that I have would be a great setting. And if you want to manually adjust gear, then you can toggle that setting off. That would be perfectly fine. But auto-equipping gear, I think, just improves the new player experience. Now, the next one that I want to mention is Arcane Labyrinth. Now, this is one, and this is where if there is an imbalance in resource acquisition, And I'm not complaining saying give us more from Arcane Labyrinth. I'm just saying Arcane Labyrinth is underutilized in a sense that when I look at other games that have this type of mode, you do get a good chunk of rewards out of it. Now, if the game they think is balanced in rewards, well, it is what it is. But I think this is a place where you could increase those weekly rewards that you can get from it to make up for any shortfalls in sort of income that they see. I'm not saying it has to be right now, but if there is a shortfall, I think Labyrinth is a perfect place to do it because I do like the Labyrinth system. I like the first time clear rewards, and then I like the weekly system or the seasonal system where you know, depending on how high difficulty you get the points and then you get rewards based on that. But those rewards are quite small, so I think Labyrinth is a place where they could definitely expand upon, and maybe they're waiting for new power systems to add resources for those in here. But I think Arcane Labyrinth is definitely somewhere that can have room for growth, especially in the rewards it gives, maybe even for rankings, but I don't want people to have to sweat too hard in rankings because there's enough rankings you're already sweating in and my internet is stuffing up. But I think in general, Labyrinth, the way you only have to do it X amount weekly as opposed to every 2 days is fantastic. But yeah, there's room for growth in rewards. And the last one that I want to mention that I think could use improvement is Honor Duel. Now, the Honor Duel is an interesting one. It's a cool game mode, but it's very time consuming, and there's not great reward for that time consumption. Now, we do have an event going on at the moment, which gives us a skin and a 10 pool for playing a bunch of it. But in general, I don't know, because the problem with this one is, and this could be just me like talking it through and then going, okay, just leave it the way it is because it kind of works. It feels like me, I feel like I could have fun in Honor Duel, but it just doesn't incentivize me to do so, so I'm not going to do so. But for those that really enjoy it, at least there's something there for them to do, but it doesn't punish the people who don't want to do it. So Honor Duel, I don't know, and I hate saying this, but I don't know what the fix is, unless we just leave it the same and the people that really enjoy it can keep doing it the way they do, because it would be nice, like I would play Honor Duel more if it was more incentivized. However, if it was more incentivized, that might be something that deters some people because they feel like they have to do another game mode, which is very, very time consuming in itself. So I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts on Honor Duel. This one's more of a question than a statement from me because I don't know what the fix is, and I hate saying that. But yeah, Honor Duel's in a weird spot for me. But you guys just let me know your thoughts on Honor Duel as well. And that pretty much wraps up my thoughts on things I would like to see adjusted, changed, fixed in the game. Essentially, once again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll do my best to relay as much as I can, and hopefully the game just keeps improving. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.